everybody, and welcome to your Cosy Pilates flow. So I know as the weather starts to change and we start to head into the winter months, it's quite hard to keep yourself motivated to move, especially on those dark winter evenings. So I'm inviting you into this Cosy Pilates flow. So whether you're in your PJs, you're next to your warm roaring fire, whatever that may be, I invite you to get into some comfy clothing and to join me for this really nice, gentle Pilates class today. So whenever you're ready, we're going to begin onto all fours. So we're going to arrive so the hands come underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. Take a moment to lengthen the spine, to arrive here into this class, to check in with your body today. So separate those hands, press away from the ground, roll the shoulders away from the ears, draw the belly towards the spine, start to feel like you are actually arriving here in this moment, creating space through the spine, lengthening from the crown of the head all the way down the neck, down the back and towards your coccyx. Let's take a cat and cow, so dipping the belly down, take the eye line forward, and then curving the back, chin to the chest as you round the spine, press away from the ground. Let's do that again. So you press the belly down to the floor, pull the elbows slightly back, and then press away from the hands, pushing up as you round the spine. One more time here, getting a little bit of movement through the back of the body. Even though it's cold, dark, we like to move. The body is designed to keep moving. So try to keep gradual movements in every day. Allowing the spine to lengthen back to that starting position. Find your reset pose. And then gently take both hands over towards the left, just onto the fingertips over towards the left. We do our cat and cow again here. So arching through the back. And then curving the spine, rounding gently through the spine. One more time. So we're into that side stretch towards the left and still mobilizing through the back here. We're then going to take a little child's pose, rock back. So keeping on the fingertips, gently taking the bottom in the direction of the heels as you open up through the right side body, and then sway yourself back forwards towards the hands. One more time. Bottom towards the heels, swaying back, stretching through the right side body, and then coming forwards towards the hands. Let's gently creep those hands over towards the right. So onto those fingertips, cat and cow here, dipping the belly down, tilt the pelvis, and then curving the back, rounding through the spine. One more time, a lovely bit of movement for the back of the body so that our back doesn't get tight, doesn't seize up over these cooler months. Let's start to rock back. The bottom comes in the direction of the heels, and then we press the body back forward. So you're going to transfer the hips back, feel that space through the left side body, and then bringing the weight forwards. Creep those hands back forwards to center, coming onto the palms of the hands, reset into that gorgeous long lengthened spine, and then lead with the bottom, coming into our child's pose, creeping those hands forwards, allowing the forehead to bow down towards the ground. Maybe you'd like to put a pillow or a rolled up blanket or something between your heels and your bottom. Breathing into the upper back, breathing into the rib cage, into the lower back, and allowing your body to sink down closer towards the ground with every out breath that you take. Taking your time to curve through the back as you lift the bottom, bringing the body weight forwards, and then lead with the hips. Drop the hips to the floor as you ripple down, coming down onto your fronts when you are ready. Once we arrive here, one hand on top of the other at the top of the mat, allowing the forehead to settle onto the hands. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and make sure those legs are long, feet are hip distance apart, and the hips are square to the ground. We breathe out as we lift one leg off the floor, lengthen that leg away. Inhale as you lower back down to the mat. Let's alternate. Exhale as we lift the other leg up, and inhale as we lower. Continuing to alternate our leg lifts here, making sure there's no tension, there's no creases in the neck. Keep the spine long. We're not twisting through the hips here. We're gradually working into the lower back without too much pressure, without too much effort. We are simply lengthening and extending those legs away one at a time, engaging the back chain of the body, firing up those muscles gently today, and trying to keep space so that we're not decompressing the spine. Because as we sit on the sofa, sit in our cars, sit at our desks, the spine takes a lot of pressure. So we want to really open out, lengthen, and make space here as we look after our bodies. Let's gently let the feet come down. Glue the feet together now. So have a little wriggle. Make sure the feet stay together. We're now going to breathe out as we lift the head off the hands, push the forearms into the ground, lift up so you make space between your chest and the floor, and slowly invite the head back down to the hands. So breathing out, push the hands into the ground, push the forearms into the ground, lift up through the chest, and gently make your way back down towards the mat. Let's do this twice more. Breathing out as we lift, feeling space through the back of the body, and gently controlling as you come back down to the hands. We've got one more time here. We are working on the back chain of the body, postural muscles, lengthening, engaging, and gently coming down onto the floor. Beautiful job. Okay, when you are ready, we are going to softly take our time and come over onto our right side. So extend your right arm first and then roll onto your right side. The feet are stacked one on top of the other. And we invite the left arm to come over now. Create one long line. Now maybe it's your first time today to really just lengthen the body. Feel that space through the left rib cage. Squeeze the bottom, press the hips forwards, and make sure that left arm's not coming in front of the face. We breathe out as we lift the left leg up, and inhale as we gently pop it down. So let's work a little bit on our balance here as we open up. Breathing out as you lift the top leg. Keep the knees facing forwards, making sure we're not rolling around everywhere. Lengthening through the spine, trying not to curve the back here, and engaging a little bit through the hip joints, those muscles supporting the joint. We want to make sure that they are staying active so that they support and stabilize our joints here. Let's do 2 more of these. Nothing too strenuous today. We are keeping it calm. Last one here. And then what we'll do is bend that top left leg. Pop the ball of the foot behind you. So the ball of the foot goes behind the right leg. The heel is off the floor. Think about pressing that left knee back. Really open up through the hips here. Now we breathe out as we lift the right leg slightly and inhale as we lower. So exhale as we lift the right leg. Inhale as we lower. Keeping that leg as long as you can. Switching on through the lower tummy, through the inner thighs, keeping that space, that length through the top half of the body here. We do 2 more, exhaling as we lift, inhaling as we lower. Last one. And then we're going to pop the left heel down. Bring your left arm down by your side. And as you bend your right knee, I invite you to take that right foot, put it on top of the left thigh. You're kind of making a little figure 4. The right knee's on the floor. The right foot's glued to the left thigh. And then I bring the left arm back overhead. Hold my hands together and pause here. So right knee's on the floor. You're pressing those hips forwards, lengthening through the spine. Taking a moment to reset here. Lovely way to take away any pressure in the hip joints, anything that's causing any tension through the back of the body. After you've taken one last breath, we'll bend the left elbow, bring it in front of you. Take that right foot off, bring those knees together, and then gently assist yourself up to a seated variation. So the knees are bent, we're on our right hip now. We're going to bring the right hand down to the ground. Left hand softly comes to meet it. Now we inhale, open that left arm up onto a diagonal, peel the chest open, and exhale as we close the arm down. So a little clown variation with the upper body here now. So we're inhaling as we sweep open, and we're exhaling as we close off. So what we're doing here with the right arm, grounding down through the hand, softening the elbow, trying not to let the shoulder and the ear come together. So a little bit of strength through our side body here, but also a gorgeous way to work on opening the chest. Yes, we're cozy, but we want our breath to be clear, we want it to be easy, and we want our posture to be really open. So we're thinking about squeezing the upper back together as you peel the left arm up. Let's do this one more time. Sweep that left arm all the way up. And now gradually bring the right hand in. The left hand can come down. And then the right arm comes behind the head. Peel the elbow back and pause here. So a little side body stretch, opening up through the chest, peeling the right arm back, and using that left hand to press yourself forward slightly. Take a big breath in through the nose. And breathing out through the mouth. Gorgeous. Okay, release. Bring the right hand down. Let's shimmy ourselves around. So we're going to bring those legs around. Make our way down onto our left sides when you're ready. So bring yourself all the way down. Left arm is long. Right arm comes overhead. And the feet are stacked one on top of the other. From here, we're going to start to lift the right leg up and down. Remember, it's not coming really high. It's more about the control. We're starting to think about our core, engaging those abdominals, looking after the lower back. So keeping both knees facing forwards, making sure the face is coming through those arms. Don't let the right arm drop too low down. And breathing out every time you lift the right leg up and inhaling as you lower. Moving slow, softly here in this class today. Last one, we sweep the right leg up. And now we're going to bend the right leg, pop the ball of the foot onto the ground behind the left, heels lifted. Press that right knee back. We start to lift the left leg up and the left leg down. So now the left leg's doing the movements. The right knee's pressing back, so we're opening through those hip joints. Want to create a little bit of space into the body today as well. Tightening up through that torso, reminding yourself of where those abdominals are here. Exhaling as we lift, inhaling as we lower. Moving delicately here, taking your time. After this last one, popping that foot down, we're going to bend that leg. Bring the right hand down to meet so that you can pick up that foot, pop it on top of the right thigh. Once it's there, the left knee's on the floor, the head goes back down, and the right arm comes over in line with the ear. Let's take a breath here. We're pressing those hips through, peeling the shoulder blades back, lengthening through the spine. Popping that right heel down as well so that there's no tension through the calf. Slow, steady breath, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. One last time, slow, steady breath. And then softly, you're going to take the right foot off, the left foot off, bend those knees together. The right hand comes down in front of you. Gently bringing yourself up onto that side seated variation. The left hand is on the floor, the right hand comes to meet. Inhaling as you sweep the right arm up onto that big high V diagonal, and exhaling as you bring the arm back down by your side. So the left elbow staying slightly soft, both knees are bent, peeling the arm back, gently bringing the hands together to meet. Working on that rotational twist, activating through the abdominals without really thinking about it. And working on opening through the chest. Softly watching the hand as it moves. A little bit of hand and eye coordination here as well. Let's sweep that right arm all the way up and open. Gently bring the left hand in and bring the right hand down towards the floor. Left hand comes behind the head. Peel the elbow back, press the chest through, and breathe into that left side body. Lovely. When you are ready to bring the left hand down, we're going to make our way over onto our bottoms. So bringing yourself over onto your bottom and then using the assistance of your hands to make your way down onto your backs. So once you arrive, allow the head to come onto the floor, palms of the hands down by the sides. Feet are flat, knees are parallel. Let's take a few pelvis tilts, okay? So you're going to arch the back completely off the floor and then tuck the tailbone under and push your back into the mat. Let's do that again. So tilt the tailbone, lift the lower back off the floor, make a big, big arch. And then the other way, imprint the spine into the mat. One last time here. So lifting the back, arching through the spine. And now press the back into the floor and then lift your bottom and come all the way up into your bridge. So take your hips up towards the ceiling as far as you feel comfortable. Knees stay parallel, feet stay grounded. Rolling down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Try to roll through the back. Think about a self-massage here as you make your way back down onto the ground. We'll do that one more time. So press the back into the floor, lift the bottom. Take the hips up towards the ceiling. Try to level them out. Find a little hip distance here so that they are square. And gently make your way back down onto the mat. Take your time. Once you arrive at the bottom, inviting both knees in. So hugging both knees in towards the chest. Press that lower back into the floor. And then we're going to bring the chin to the chest and then lift yourself up into a tiny ball. So hug yourself in. Chin is coming towards the chest. You're assisting the legs towards you. Draw the belly towards the spine. We keep hold of the right leg now as we extend the left leg away into a single leg extension. So try to keep that leg hovering just off the ground if you can. And then assist that left leg back in. We change sides. So I hold the left, extend the right leg away. Keeping the head and shoulders lifted if that's available for you. Bring that right leg in. Let's do one more time each side. Extending the left leg away. Draw the belly to the spine. Softly bringing that left knee in. Taking hold of the left leg and extending the right leg away. When you are ready, bringing both knees back in, pop the head down onto the ground and gently pop the feet down onto the mat as well. Once you arrive here, turn your head side to side. Make sure there's no tension through the neck. A lovely little release as you bring the chin to each shoulder, one at a time. And then we settle in center with the head. Let's come back into that bridge. This time, lift the arms at the same time. So we lift the bottom up, press the hips up towards the ceiling, taking the hands over. So as your hips come to the highest point, the arms touch the floor overhead. And then rolling down slowly, bring the arms with you. Coordinate the arms and the spinal roll, the bottom and the hands touch the ground at a similar time. Taking that one more time, lifting the bottom up, taking the hands with you, sweeping all the way up into that bridge. Lift the hips as high as they will go, and then gently rolling yourself back down through the spine. Coordinate the arms and make your way onto your back. This time we invite both knees towards the chest, but we're also going to now extend both legs up towards the ceiling if your body will allow. So maybe you take hold of the thighs, maybe you take hold of the calves, possibly you keep the knees bent, entirely up to you. Once again, I'm going to bring the chin to the chest and lift the upper abdominals. Engage the upper abdominals, as you lift the shoulder blades off the ground. So you can have the legs straight, slightly bent, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to take hold of the right leg and lower the left leg all the way down, finding that straight leg extension now. So just a different variation to what we did a moment ago. Bringing the left leg all the way up slowly, we take hold of the left leg and lower the right leg down towards the ground. Feel that gorgeous length through the back of the body. Sweeping the right leg back up. We're going to do one more time each side. So lowering that left leg down, easing that right leg in towards you. Try and go a little deeper into this hamstring stretch. And then switching over, taking hold of the left leg, easing the right leg down. Lift those shoulder blades a tad higher. And then slowly bringing both legs all the way up. Bend those knees, pop your head and shoulders onto the floor and bring your feet down onto the mat. Take a little breath here, okay? So allowing the head and shoulders to settle. This time letting the legs rock side to side. So giving the hips, the lower back time to have a bit of mobility. A gentle movement here as you are ready. And then we will softly come back to center. Our last bridge roll. This time the hands are going to stay down. Pressing the back into the floor, lifting the bottom, taking the hips up towards the ceiling. When you get to the top this time, peel both heels up. So lift your heels, see if your hips will go any higher. And then keep the heels lifted as you roll down through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Okay, we're going to pop the heels down. Do that one more time. Ground through the heels, lift the bottom. Press the hips up towards the ceiling. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift both heels when you get to the top. Can you go higher? And keep the heels lifted as you roll slowly back down onto the mat. Once you get there, again, we hug both knees in towards the chest. And once again, we're going to extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Whether you hold the thighs or the calves is entirely up to you. This time, bringing the chin to the chest, lifting the upper abdominals. Oh my goodness, I said it again. Engage in the upper abdominals as you lift the shoulder blades off the ground. Take a little breath here. Maybe try and get your bottom off the floor ever so slightly to switch on through the lower tummy. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. And now please be careful, but if it's available to you, we're going to lower both legs. Take both hands down by your sides and gently make your way all the way down so the head comes onto the floor and the legs lower all the way down to the ground also. Once you get there, have a gentle fidget. Let's invite the right knee in towards the chest. So hug the right knee in, pressing that lower back into the ground. Take the right arm out to the side. Bring that right leg across for a lying twist here. So assisting the right leg across the body. Keep the right shoulder blade on the ground and gently pull that right leg over. See if you can really work a gorgeous stretch into the right hip, into the bottom, into the lower back. Take one more breath in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Making your way back to center and extend that right leg away from you. Have a fidget, have a gentle wriggle. Let's invite the left knee towards the chest. So hugging the left knee in when you're ready. Ease the back into the ground. Taking the left arm gently out to the side, using the right hand, bringing that left leg across the body. Keep pressing the left shoulder blade into the mat. Assisting that leg over, using your breath as you really open up through the chest, twist through the torso and release any tension through the lower back here. Slowly making your way back to center. Extend both legs away. Take the arms overhead. Take a full body stretch whilst you're here. And then pop your right foot on top of your left leg. So just cross those legs over, right foot on top of left. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand and gently come into a side bend. So don't be afraid to pull your right arm up and over. Taking a side bend, keep the head on the ground. Keep pressing the right shoulder blade into the ground. Feel that space through the right side body here. Breathe into that rib cage. Softly ease off. We change sides. You pop the left foot on top of the right leg. Taking hold of your left wrist now with your right hand and assist that arm over. So give it a little pull. Keep pressing the left shoulder blade into the floor. Keep the head down. Feel that space through the left side body here into the left rib cage. Slow, steady breath. And then gently invite your arms back to center. Release the legs, bend, bringing the arms down by your sides and gently roll over onto your side in your own time. Use your hand and softly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated posture when you are ready. So whether you're on a sofa, whether you're sitting with legs crossed, legs out, it's entirely up to you. Hands rest onto the thighs. Let's take a few shoulder rolls. Inhale as you bring the shoulders up. Exhale as you physically let them drop, roll them down the back. Letting go of any tension. I know as we start to hibernate towards the winter, we start to kind of curl over, we keep ourselves warm, but remember that's going to cause tension across the upper back into the neck. So really try and peel the layers back here and open up through the chest as much as you can. Let the shoulders drop, let them release down the back. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Invite a gorgeous neck stretch here. And again, as we start to sit down a little bit more, we carry some tension through the neck. As we start to maybe possibly watch a bit more TV in those darker evenings, the eyes take a little bit of tension. So it's really important to release any negativity that we are carrying around the upper body. Slowly take the left ear towards the left shoulder. Drop that right shoulder down. So we're going the other way now. A lovely little stretch. Breathing into the upper back, into the neck. Feeling that length through the spine. Coming back through to center. Inhale as we sweep those arms all the way up. Make space, a big lift. And breathe out as you bring the arms down. Thank you so much for joining me for this cozy, calming Pilates flow. And I really hope that I continue to see you on the mat in live classes or on pre-recorded classes throughout winter. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.